Hello. Yeah, so hi everyone. Welcome to the webinar for Business Analytics Nanodegree. Um, I am Prateek Gaurav, a mentor with Udacity for Business Analytics Nanodegree, and I would like to welcome you all to the welcome webinar. First of all, I would like to congratulate all of you for enrolling in this Business Analytics Nanodegree and taking a step towards analytics and data science. I'm really excited to see so many people in the cohort who are willing to either get back into the industry after a long period of break, or they are looking to change their career from certain domain to analytics and data science domain. So let's get started with this. Um, I'll just discuss the agenda for today's webinar first, and then I'll be going to every single topic one by one. The first agenda is I'll just give, I'll give a brief introduction about myself, and I'll also give a brief description about what business and data analysis is all about. And then we'll move on to the overview of the business analytics nano degree. And then I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to give you a guys about demo of Slack. It's a tool which we'll be using for most of our communication in this particular nano degree. And then I'll be giving a demo of Calendly, which is basically used for booking, booking a slot with the mentors, so that for the one-on-one session. And then I'll be telling you about the supports provided to you guys from Udacity, like mentor support and other kind of supports which Udacity provides to all the nano degree students. And then we'll be briefly discussing about the honor code expectations from the students in the nano degree program. And then if you guys have any questions for me, we'll have a QA session. And then I'll also let you guys know how you can contact me, like how you can book a one-on-one session with me on Calendly, or how you can reach out to me on Slack. So this is the agenda, what we have for today. Moving on to um before the nano degree overview, I would just give a brief introduction about myself, and then I'll tell about business analysis and what exactly data analysis is. So as you guys know, my name is Prateek, and I have been a student with Udacity. Um, and I completed my front-end nano degree with Udacity, and also completed my predictive analytics for business nano degree back in 2017. And after that, I have been working for approximately the last 2 years as a data analyst and a business intelligence analyst. Basically, I was in technical field. I did my undergraduation in computer science, and then I moved into the field of analytics from there. And I started with the very basic course, which was predictive analytics for business, and then I was able to get a job as a data analyst as well. And then with certain amount of experience there, now I'm planning to go for my master's in data science. This is my journey from from a technical field, from being a developer to becoming a data analyst as of now. And then I'm looking forward to be a data scientist as well. So I believe most of the students in this particular nano degree have the same expectation. I have not been able to get on a call with one-on-one session with all the students yet, but yeah, I have been able to reach out to about 50% of the students in the cohort, and everybody is saying they want to be either a data analyst, or they are seeing themselves as a data scientist 5 years from now. So I think, yeah, this is a good start. And talking about what business analysis and data analysis is, so we know that data has been a buzzword for ages now. Either the data is being generated from large scale enterprise, or the data is generated from an individual. each and every aspect of data needs to be analyzed to benefit the organization from it. So as an enormous amount of data gets generated, the need to extract useful insights is a must for business enterprise. Business analytics has a key role in improving the business. So as the word business analytics refers to the technique to analyze data to enhance productivity and business gain. What exactly happens here is, data is being extracted from various sources, and it is cleaned and categorized to analyze different behavioral pattern. The techniques and tools, it might differ from companies to companies though, but the basics and the fundamental remains the same. So, in short, if you understand business administration and you want to perform exploratory data analysis to gather the required information to find out insights from them, then you're good to go with the career in business or, data analytics. So that is a basic introduction about business analytics. And now, I'll just give a brief description about the nanodegree program, the business analytics nanodegree program. So for this particular nanodegree, there is no prerequisites. It doesn't really matter if you're coming from any background. It can be any background, or maybe you're just a fresher. Maybe you have certain amount of experience. This particular nanodegree is for complete beginners, and Um, uh, I'll start with the projects which are there in the course, which will give us an idea about what exactly we are going to study, starting with the first project to the fifth project. So the first project says interpret a data visualization. So this is a very basic uh, project in which basically you guys will be provided with data, a data visualization, and you'll have to come up with few, insights from that particular data, uh, the visualization which has been provided to you. So it will, basically help you understand the basic fundamentals about what all business analysis and data analysis is all about. Looking at the data visualization, trying to figure out some insights from it, and then accordingly taking a business decision which will impact your company. So yeah, that's the first project is all about. Then we'll be moving to the second project, in which so the first project is going to be very basic, but in next project it is going to be an advanced version of data analysis, in which we'll be analyzing the data from New York Stock Exchange, and we'll be given a subset of a very huge data set of New York Stock Exchange, and then we'll perform some financial. It will be a financial data, and we'll perform some analysis on that to get some insights from it, and maybe we'll be able to figure out what business decisions can be taken from those insights. Then we'll move on to this SQL project. So basically SQL stands for structured query language, and it is the basic tool which you can use to extract the data from databases. So any form of data you have, they are being stored in databases. But if you're working on a particular project, if you're trying to solve a particular business problem, you'll have to extract the data related to that business problem. And suppose you have, say, 1 GB of data, but you are trying to solve a certain problem X, but for that X problem, you don't want the whole 1 GB of data. Instead, you need that 50 MB of data, which is a subset of that whole data. So you can extract those kind of data, using the structured query language. These are really simple to learn, but these are really powerful, and I'll say it's the basic to being a business analyst or a data analyst. Because if you want to analyze the data, you should be able to first get the data. So that is what this particular project will help you get really good at. Then the fourth project is improve your LinkedIn profile. So this particular project is just it's a kind of career project which will help you boost your career. So you'll be given a few um, you'll be given few advices from the career coaches, like how you can optimize your LinkedIn profile to uh, for a better data analyst or a business analyst profile. How you can optimize it so that a lot of other people can reach out to you. If they're searching for someone, say business analyst or data analyst, how they'll be able to find you on platforms like LinkedIn. So that is what this particular project is all about. um, and the fifth project and the final project is going to be building a dashboard. So when you're done with analyzing, you now by the time you know how to analyze the data from the data set, you know how to extract the data from a database, and now you'll be actually building a dashboard using the tool called Tableau, which is a business intelligence tool which we use for data visualization. So in this particular project, you'll be gathering the data, and you'll be using all the skills gained till now to build up a dashboard on Tableau. And yeah, that is going to be your very final project. So basically, in the whole project, starting with basic interpretation of data visualization to building a complete dashboard by collecting the data, by extracting the data from the database, by doing the analysis on that, uh, to building up a dashboard. Everything will be covered in this business analyst nanodegree. So that is a basic overview of the course. So as you guys know, the nano degree begin on March 12th of March, and there are suggested deadlines for every single project. Like for the first project, which is interpreted data visualization, the suggested deadline is March of 18th. So I just wanted to let you guys know that these are all suggested deadlines, and these are not kind of mandatory. So even if you are not able to submit your project by March 18 due to certain reason, you can definitely submit it any day afterwards. So but these are suggested deadlines, and if you are going to follow these deadlines, it will definitely help you complete the nano degree on time. And basically what happens is, a lot of time students are not really able to cope up with they're not able to complete the projects before the due date, and the subscription expires, and then they have to take the subscription again. So just to make sure that these things doesn't happen, we have given you suggested deadlines, which helps you make sure that you are completing your nano degree uh, on time. And of course, I'll always be there for you to help you guys, and I'll be tracking almost every single student in the cohort. And if you guys are falling behind the suggested deadlines, then of course I'll be there to help you with any kind of problem you guys have. So that is a brief introduction about the course. um, yeah. So, talking about the tool Slack, we will be using Slack a lot. At Udacity, when you are doing an NO degree program, if you want to get in touch with the mentors, if you want to get in touch with your classmates, or if you want to get in touch with the community managers or learning technologists, you can get in touch with all these people at one place, that is on Slack. So Slack is a very important tool at Udacity when you are doing an nano degree, and it is really helpful as well. So I'll just give a brief introduction about. So that was a brief introduction actually about Slack, and I'll just give you a demo that how you can download this particular tool from the website, and how you can use it. So just a second. So I have shared the link in the presentation for the Windows users and for the Mac users, both. Since I'm a Windows user, I'll go to that particular link, and there is an option to download the 64-bit and the 32-bit. So, according to your system, you can download whichever version you want of Slack. And once you have downloaded it and installed it, you'll get an option to sign into your workspace. So, there are different workspaces on Slack. And, the workspace we'll be using is known as udacitystudents.slack.com. So once you do that, um, you'll have to log in here. So, it will require you to enter your email address and your password. Um, since I have already created mine, I will not have to create a new one, but I'll just sign in. So this is the page, this is what you will be greeted with when you log into udacitystudents.slack.com. And there are a lot of channels, so there, on the left-hand side, you can see a lot of um, channels are there. There are different threads, and there are direct messages. You can get in touch with any of the person, maybe with your mentor. You can get in touch with me, or you can get in touch with any learning technologist or your colleague. So all those things will come in the direct messages. But if you're added to a channel, like our channel is band session 778, so you can just go to the channel, and you can ask me anything. Or if you want to ask people who are in your cohort, you can drop a question here. Maybe I'll reply to your question, or other students who have already faced the issue and maybe come up with a solution, they can reply to you on here on this particular channel. So these are the channels which you can see. Other really important channel for you guys can be careers. Here you can find career coaches. You can ask any kind of career questions to them. Maybe you want to optimize your resume. Maybe you're halfway through your business analytics nanodegree program, and now you're planning to start applying for an internship in business analytics or data analytics, or maybe a full-time job, and you want to optimize your LinkedIn profile or your resume accordingly. Or maybe you're writing some statement of purpose. You can anytime ask for help from the career coaches on this particular channel. Then if you have a study buddy, you can get in touch with your study buddy, and you guys can collaborate with each other. So these are the channels. You guys can explore these channels. um, and band session 778 is, I believe, is going to be the most important channel for you guys. And yeah, you guys can anytime reach out to me on direct message for any kind of problem you have in the nano directory, and I'll get back to you guys regarding the same. So that was about Slack. Now moving on to Calendly. Now Calendly is basically it's an online tool, where you can schedule an appointment with me. So you guys will be having an one-on-one session with me on weekly level. If you guys have any doubt, you guys can schedule a one-on-one with me. So and I will encourage you guys to have that, because that kind of feature is available to you from Udacity. You guys are paying for that, and you guys should definitely use a personal learning experience. So when you go to calendly.com, you have an option to sign up, and you can just sign up with your email address. And once you are done with your account, you can log in to your account. I have done it using my Google account, so I'll just log in with Google account. And all the meetings you have scheduled will be displayed here in the dashboard. And you guys can then it will also be synchronized with your Google Calendar. So it will let you know that you're having a meeting with this person at this time. And that will be really helpful. So if you guys want to have book a slot with me, if you want to book any slot with me, the link I have provided you, the link on the Slack channel on band session 778, and it can be seen here also in the slide. So yeah, that's about the Calendly and the Slack demo. Now, I'll move on to the next slide, which is mentor support. So before I explain you about mentor support, I just wanted to explain you about other supports which are available to you guys by Udacity. There's this service called Review Service, which is available to you guys. So you have a lot of projects with you, and when you complete your project, you are supposed to submit those files for the project. There is a link to do that. So once you do that, it goes to the reviewers, and these reviewers are responsible for checking the your project, and provide you with the feedback. If you have completed it correct, then they'll suggest you the same, and if there is some changes required, they'll give provide you with the certain feedback and the suggestion. So that is about reviews. Other services include career services as well. As I explained, there was this channel on Slack called Careers. So in career services, you can career coaches will help you optimize your resumes. They will help you maybe write SOP if you're writing a statement of purpose for a job or an internship related to analytics field. And they'll also help you optimize your LinkedIn profile and any other profile job search portal. So yeah, these people are going to help you with your careers. um, and then there's this mentor support. So mentor support is basically uh, what in mentor support, there are different things, different kind of services which I can help you with. Like, there's this weekly one-on-one call in which you guys can schedule a one-on-one call with me. It is going to be approximately half an hour long, and you guys can ask me any kind of questions you have. It can be, related to the coursework, or it can be related to any other issues you're facing in the Nanodegree program. So I'm certainly going to help you with those problems. So that is, on personal level, one-on-one calls, which will be conducted on Slack uh, over a voice call. Then I'm also going to conduct a weekly webinar, like the one I'm conducting right now. So this is a welcome webinar. But from next week, the webinars are going to be it will be related to what we have studied in the last week. It will be just a recap about that, and then I'll also be explaining you about what we are supposed to study in the next week. And I'll be also sharing with you guys maybe my handwritten notes for the next week, next week plan, and maybe other resources like some articles or some interesting YouTube video which I might have found somewhere. So that is what a weekly webinar is going to be all about. Then yeah, I'm also responsible for assisting students in creation of their personalized weekly learning plans. So I know there are different students with different backgrounds. Someone are working, someone are still students, some of you are maybe homemakers. So I can help you guys create a personalized weekly learning plan for you guys. So that is what I can help you guys with. And I'll also be providing you with other coursework and projects, I'll also be sharing few extra projects if you want me to, like, just to motivate you guys. Like maybe you're done with your project for the particular week, and you're looking for some extra projects for that particular, week. So I can help you with that as well. And of course, I'll be posting on regular basis. I'll be posting a lot of stuffs on Slack, like it can be anything, like some articles or some interesting thing I find. And I expect same from you guys to do on the Slack channel, so that we create a engaging community there. So that is what I as a mentor is supposed to do. And I am also okay. Talking about one-on-one weekly calls in detail, So as I said, if you guys have any issues while completing a project, you guys can get in touch with me. If you guys have any other problem, like maybe you're not able to install Tableau properly, or maybe you're facing some other problem uh, in in um, in installing Tableau, or maybe in fetching the data while writing a SQL query. It can be any kind of problem. You can just get in touch with me, and you can direct message me, or you can even check the knowledge section of Udacity, where people post interesting articles, or they also post any kind of problems they have, and it is being answered by either the students or the learning technologist or the mentors. So if you're not able to find a solution to the problem you are facing on that particular section, in the knowledge section, then you can ask it in the Slack community, in on our channel band session 778. If that is also not helping you, then of course you can directly message me. And even if you're not satisfied with that kind of service, then you can always get on a call with me, one-on-one session with me on Slack on weekly basis. So that is all one-on-one call is all about. um, and webinars, as I already explained, webinars I'll be explaining about what we are going to study in the coming week, what we have studied in this week, and I'll be sharing few my handwritten notes, and few other resources, which are going to be beneficial for you guys. And yes, I will also be organizing a AMA event. No one has asked me anything event. I haven't decided the time for this yet, but most probably it is going to be on Friday, and I'll be doing a poll for the best timing, so that we can have most of the people at that particular time for the AMA event. And I'll try to answer all the questions you have in that particular event. And even if I'm not able to figure out a problem to the question, then maybe other student who have already faced that kind of issue will be able to answer to the to that particular question. So yeah, AMA events are going to be really helpful. And then there are announcements, in announcements, if there is any kind of announcement being done by Udacity, or say by the community managers, or by learning technologists, you can find those in the announcement channel of Slack. Then about the career channel, I have already explained, and find a study buddy and motivation are all just to motivate you guys for the particular nano degree program. So, as a Udacity student, Udacity expects you to follow few honor codes. Um, you know, as a Udacity student, we expect that you are not going to harass any other student or any other visitor, or any of the Udacity employees. Um, and yeah, the most important thing, you're not going to cheat on your assignments or the projects, because I believe you can find solution to the problems on internet, maybe on GitHub or somewhere. Someone who have already completed the NAN degree might have uploaded their projects or solution. But if you just copy that particular solution and provide it to the Udacity, and even if you pass, it doesn't make sense. I mean, you're going for an interview, and someone asks a question regarding to that particular project, and you're not able to answer it, then it doesn't make sense. So we expect that you student are not going to do any kind of cheating on the projects, and Udacity is actually really strict about plagiarization. So if you're found cheating on any of the project, if you're found using someone else's project or assignment, uh, and submitting that, in that case, uh, Udacity might just cancel your subscription, and you will not be provided with any refund, and you will not be getting the certification as well. So these are a few of the expectations from the students. And Yeah, and if there is any other doubt you have regarding the community guidelines, you can always go to the link which I have shared below. um, and Yeah, so that's it. And if you guys have any questions, you can just write a message to me right now. I'll just take a pause of 1 minute to answer all the questions. Okay, so it seems like nobody has any doubt right now, but it's fine. Even if you guys are not able to attend the webinar or you don't have any doubt as of now, but you come up with some kind of problem, some kind of question you have, you can just get in touch with me on Slack. You can direct message me, and I'll reply back to you with with any kind of doubt you have. Okay. So yeah. I think that's it. And thanks for the attending the webinar, and all the best for the Nanodegree program. Thank you very much.